now a design studio, but that is the original Michael Myers house apparently. So Donald Pleasance would have been up in one of those windows when the bird flies into it, and I suppose they would have come round this side here, would have been where the camera first comes round and you see in the kitchen window like that, and he goes round the back and picks up a knife and goes upstairs to the window up there. So this is the original Myers house, and South Pasadena's lovely actually. It's a really nice little area. There's a coffee shop on the corner. Here are the railroad tracks. Okay, so here we are on the street where predominantly most of the early parts of Halloween were shot. So this is Michael Myers' stomping ground. Now, these buildings over here, which are fairly modern condos, I think built in the last 8 years, this is the site of where the original Myers house would have stood. That was then levelled to the ground and made into a field, and then recently built into condos in the last 8 years. So the building we've just been to, that's where it would have stood. Now, therefore, as we look up this street, this is now the street at the beginning of the movie where Jamie Lee Curtis leaves her house and comes down and bumps into the little boy on her way to school. Now what she does is she crosses the road out of Magnolia, which is just up here, crosses and walks down this way. Okay, this is where they filmed the opening shots of Halloween. Nowhere near Haddonfield in Illinois, if there is indeed a Haddonfield in Illinois, but in fact on Montrose and Oxley in Pasadena in California. And I think the opening shot is something like that. Okay, even though it looks the least like the famous hedge, this is apparently the famous hedge. Now, I think it's the second one. So I think this is the famous hedge. Now obviously it's been trimmed a lot in the last 25 years, but here it is. So this would have been the hedge which he hid behind, and they come around like this. And this is where he is, and this is down the street here. Halloween location number 2, number 3, or wherever we are.
What does it say in your paperwork there?
Okay. Tommy's house, where Jamie Lee Curtis does the babysitting, is right behind us here. This would have been the door where she runs up and tries to open it, and she's screaming, "Tommy, Tommy, Tommy!" And Michael's coming over from across the road. And then her best friend Annie was murdered while babysitting in the Wallace residence across the street. That's the house with the jack-o'-lantern in the porch, of 1537 Orange Grove Avenue. So, 1537 is this one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it might be.
So this is the spot where Michael would have pulled up, because they drive up to her house and get out and go to their separate babysitting homes. One's on the left, one's on the right over there with the American flag underneath it, and then he pulls up here because he's been following them all the time. So here we are. This is the Halloween babysitting houses.